let's just put that at the back. We shall come back to it, that issue, because there the NUP has an opportunity. Now, let us look at FDC Najana Nkumbi, Amuriato Boy, as well as Nandala Mafabi and these other guys. What's that? My reading says, not reading, my analysis is that absolutely, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work, because these guys have already signed on the censure motion. They have showed, I don't know if at all they just want to punish, just because Sam Junganda made these statements, and all of a sudden it made it, because Katonga, they're having these fights. Now all of a sudden Katonga goes and signs the motion to remove. Hold on, guys. Let me first see here. So all of a sudden, Katonga is fighting with Najana Nkumbi, right? Now Najana Nkumbi doesn't like, according to this, they signed the censure motion, so it means that they do not like the Right Honorable Mathias Mpuuuga. They wanted him removed as a commissioner. Now, the question is Mpuuuga able to overlook that and go and work with them? That's the question. But by working with these guys, Mpuuuga will be saying, hold on. Just 1 minute, guys. Okay, thank you. So, is Mpuuuga able to what did I tap on now? This, okay, no comments are now. So is Mpuuuga able to overlook this? Because what he's looking for, he spoke more in a reconciliatory tone, that he wants to work with different people all over the country. Although the tone wasn't more inviting towards Kavule, it was more of an inviting tone for everyone else other than Kavule. So the thing is this, is Mpuuuga able to overlook the idea that Nandala Mafabi and Muriato Boy tried to censure him, but he will still work with them? Is he able to overlook that? But also by making that move for him to ally with the Najana Nkumbi faction, it will mean automatically that he will be distancing himself away from the Katonga faction. Because Katonga and Najana Nkumbi can never, ever, ever work together. Oh, is he ready to come off his high horse and all of a sudden go and speak to Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye to see if he can work with him come 2026? That will be a tough sell, because the problem is Colonel Besigye does not believe in an election. Colonel Besigye's idea of his approach is similar to that of the Right Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. It's a popular uprising. Mpuuga's approach is an election. So if I was in Mpuuuga in this circumstance, definitely I would go for the Najana Nkumbi faction. But by going for that, it means that people like Ssemujju Nganda and people like Elias Lukwago definitely might not be happy about that particular move. But what do you do? So I think there is gonna be a very big, a very big hurdle there to jump for Mr. Mpuuuga and his entire operation, in my understanding of the situation. So you have Najana Nkumbi, you have Katonga. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just read for you this article here from the Daily Monitor. It says, I can be president. Mpuuga rules out forming a new political party. Mathias Mpuuuga has ruled out the possibility of creating a new political formation, which is expected, which if I was Mpuuuga, depending on his, because right now, definitely he cannot form a new party. He cannot leave the National Unity Platform as we speak now, because he joined the parliament as a member of the National Unity Platform, number one. Number two, if he left the party, it will mean that he has to leave the parliament, and a re-election has to take place, and so on and so forth. So that's why he can't leave the party. But also tactically, for me, my view, my understanding is, if at all I was in Mpuuuga and I'm looking to focus on election, is that why would I form a new party to start convincing people to vote for this particular party, yet the NUP has already laid out work for me. So you can be NUP leaning and then run your entire campaign on that, but have a completely different agenda on what you're running. And I'm going to come to that agenda after this particular article. So the Daily Monitor says, of course, many speakers called for unity. Mpuuuga has ruled out the possibility of creating a new political formation, insisting that he is still a member of the National Unity Platform, headed by the former presidential contender, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, who suspended him as the deputy Buganda region. However, Mpuuuga, the former leader of opposition in the parliament, said he will dedicate his energies to teaching Ugandan youth clean politics and also mobilizing change-seeking forces to demand for electoral reforms that will deliver the first peaceful political transition in Uganda. Now that's very interesting. There's also this idea I've thought about. For those of you who listened to that, who were on that event from when it started up to when it ended, Mpuuuga was not very confrontational on the current government, by the way. He was not very confrontational. And to me, I thought to some extent he might even work with the PLU. He's open to working with the PLU, of which, me personally, I will not say anything, because that's within his right. Is it a right that he has? Yes. I'm not going to fight it, because personally, the rights that I want for myself is the rights that I would even want for people I do not agree with. So rights should not be discriminatory. So if NUP can work with any party it wants, Mpuuuga and his new party can also work with anyone he wants to work with, for as long as he achieves what he wants. My role here is just to make an analysis. I'm not here to do anything else. So what would the PLU bring to the table in 2026? The only thing I'm seeing over here is definitely it's going to be a coalition. But in Mpuuuga without a party, it also puts him at risk, just in case that entire coalition wins. Just in case that entire coalition wins the 2026 opposition, like it wins the opposition front, like the opposition front or something like that. That's what I think. So if he works with the PLU, of course the PLU can come in handy in terms of. But the problem is, if you work with the PLU, the message can be very hard to deliver. It's like working with the Right Honorable Mbabas. It's the same as that. It can be very, very, very hard. I don't think Muhoozi is going to run in 2026, by the way. It's not going to happen. The signs show that he's where he was supposed to be. His father wanted him to be the CDF, the commander of the defense forces in Uganda, and that's it. Nothing more. From there on, anyone can be president. for as long as the military is within the hands of General Muhoozi. So PLU might or is or will be a pressure group that will still be there just to represent the ideas of the general. It will be like a political front of the general without him straightforwardly engaging in Ugandan politics, because he's an serving army officer and is not allowed to do so. So the PLE is also open to that. Said he will dedicate his energies to teaching Ugandan youth clean politics and mobilizing change-seeking forces to demand for electoral reforms that will deliver the first peaceful political transition in Uganda. Many people have been asking, quote, many people have been asking what Mpuuga plans to announce today. It is a new party. Is it a new party becoming NUP president or president of Uganda? Let me answer them. I'm capable of doing these three things, but my focus is going to be on nurturing the youth to become good leaders. He said during his Thanksgiving ceremony at Kitovu Sports Arena in Masaka on Friday. As he continues to dive into murky political waters, Mr. Mpuuga said he will be more conscious about the people he deals with. Quote, what I have gone through has taught me many lessons starting today. I will first observe what other people do, not what they say, before deciding to work with them. Mr. Mpuuga, who was franked by his wife, Maria Naibanja, said he would not avenge those who have been maligning him, but promised to jealously protect his name. To me, that sounds like revenge. Quote, this time round, no one is going to malign me and just walk away. I will defend my name at all costs, but I remain calm as usual, he said. He called upon fellow politicians to focus on key issues that are impacting the lives of Ugandans instead of struggling to put each other down. There are key issues that require to redress, like how resources are shared among Ugandans, the overwhelming size of parliament and service delivery. These require working with everyone, including those we take as enemies. This require, quote, in Mpuuga's words, this is what he said. There are key issues that require redress, like how resources are shared among Ugandans, the overwhelming size of parliament and service delivery. These require working with everyone, including those we take as enemies, because they also have a share in this country. So when you hear such a statement, you should know. He noted, and I think Mpuuga has shown that he's able to work with people that he quote-unquote disagrees with. We can see when he went to take some money to Kingdom of Buganda, he went with the Speaker of Parliament. He has been working with the Speaker of Parliament and stuff like that. Mpuuga, currently the Commissioner of Parliament, is at loggerheads with the leadership of his party, which has accused him of corruption. The dispute arose from a service award of 1.7 billion, which he and other three commissioners from the ruling NRM awarded themselves in 2023. Mpuuga, who was the LOP, got 500 million, while the other commissioners, Prosy Magazi, Esther Afoyo-Chan, and Solomon Sirani, got 400 million shillings each. Akampurira, Afoyo-Chan, and Sorani were among the guests at Mr. Mpuuga's Thanksgiving ceremony. Mr. Kyagulanyi asked Mr. Mpuuga to step down as commissioner and also apologized to Ugandans for alleged corruption and betraying his party members. He rejected the call, arguing that he deserved the one-off award and that it was not criminal in any way. Mr. Charles Peter Mayiga, the Kingdom of Buganda Katikkiro, who was expected as the chief guest and the main celebrant, Archbishop of Kampala Archdiocese, Reverend Paul Semogerere sent emissaries. In his message delivered by his second deputy, Mr. Robert Wagwan Sibira, Mayiga hailed Mpuuga for offering leadership that has focused on promoting Buganda Kingdom and the well-being of Ugandans. His leadership has been fruitful since he started his leadership journey with Buganda Kingdom to date, in other political offices and so on and so forth. He rather condemned the current political trends that involves mudslinging leaders with divergent views and asked politicians to calm down, respect each other, and reconcile to foster unity. Busiro East Member of Parliament, Segona, defended Mpuuga from him he described as a long-time friend and brother for pocketing the service award. He described those who term the said awards as an act of corruption as ignorant about how Parliament operates. Some of those commenting about it and doing it intentionally to mislead people, yet others lack knowledge on how the Parliament works. The money they are commenting about was passed through the right procedures. He said, quoting the Bible and greater philosophers like Aristotle, Segona said, current bickering among NUP top leadership will soon be history. It is not too late to reconcile. I am confident that very soon we shall resolve our differences and move on, he added. You see the thing, when I was watching this, the only thing I would say about the Thanksgiving ceremony was more turned into the 500 million service award scandal. It was turned much more into the Mpuuga Gate scandal. And I think the approach should have been more... Actually, among all the people that spoke, I was surprised that I think Mpuuga spoke much better than any of the other people. He spoke more better than Segona, because Segona was trying so hard to try to defend the Right Honorable Mpuuga in his speech. And he was also trying to belittle, mudsling, and use language that looks down on people like the Right Honorable Joel Sejani, the current leader of opposition. And I think that was really bad. It didn't show any sort of decorum by the Right Honorable Segona. I think he should have said better words at that function. And I don't think that his speech was really fit for the event. I think he should have made a much better speech that was more reconciliatory, that was more... I liked how some of the priests were saying some words that were coded, where, because at a certain point, I think Mpuuga saying that I'm also human, I make mistakes. What I see with the Honorable Mpuuga in his speech, it was more like, okay, I made a mistake, but I think this thing would have been handled better. That's what I sensed in his speech. And to me, I feel that the Thanksgiving should have been more about Thanksgiving and should have been more about highlighting the achievements of Mpuuga as an individual, what he has done through the years for the Kingdom of Buganda, for his political career, and so many other things. I think they should have done better, because anyone that you ask that attended the event that, okay, tell us, what is it that the Thanksgiving was all about? What were you thanking the Lord for? The event turned more into a service award event of the 500 million, and I think that's where they lost it. Yes, because, okay, that's what we are all expecting anyway, so no problem. But you shouldn't be that predictable, even for us analysts. You shouldn't be that predictable. And I think Segona dropped the ball. I think the clan heads, to some extent, also dropped the ball, because the clan heads should have concentrated on highlighting how they worked with Mpuuga on certain projects or things like that, and stick to that to show that this gentleman has really done a lot. You get it? And that should have been the right approach, in my view, anyway. I wasn't part of the organizing committee. I was also just looking at things the way you guys are looking at them to just make analysis, So, yeah, and I think, in my view, if it was me that was holding this event, I should have steered away from the 500 million. I think enough has been said on the medias and all this kind of stuff. And I think everyone that was at that event, they all agree, or majority of them, they understand or they agree that Mpuuga was deserving of the 500 million. Like majority of the people that are like 99.9% of the people who attended. The thing that would have been at the center stage of that event would have been more to talk about Mpuuga's achievements. I'm not one of the people who will say that Mpuuga did do anything for the party. I believe he did something for the party. He did something for the National Unity Platform, by the way. Because personally, I would not believe that President Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu would put Mpuuga in that position and think that Mpuuga was weak, he couldn't do anything. Then it means that the president did not then see, he wasn't experienced enough to get the right people for the right job. I think Mpuuga did his job, but he fell short at the end, depending on how you look at it, because some people in the party say he ate, the other ones say no. It's more of this one, that one, this one, that one. And definitely, Mr. Mpuuga is not going to allow to say that he stole the money, because the repercussions of such a statement, it means that it goes straight to the Buganda kingdom, then it goes to the Catholic Church. It has so many other entities that are involved. So by him agreeing or accepting that this money and all this kind of stuff, it wouldn't be good for him and other people that are around him, because everyone that is around him, if you looked at Segona's speech, they are convinced they got the money, lawfully, no problem. I've been listening to the spaces that he was on. I've been listening to every program. I've been following everything. So I think that we are going past that. Mpuuga will never accept that the money he got it unlawfully. The National Unity Platform will never accept that Mpuuga will never accept that he got the money unlawfully. What's wrong with my phone? Guys, hold on. I think I need to get a charger here. Let me see. This has frozen all of a sudden. Come on. Go ahead. Let her know that. Guys, am I on or what? Someone else saying that I'm not on. No, you. No, you. Not on. Okay. Okay. Guys, don't report my live, okay? Okay. So, I was saying, now, because here I was looking at Mpuuga's side, I'm looking into his politics, I'm looking into Mpuuga's. If you cannot, if you see I'm not on, you can just let me know. I'm new to the, what NUP going to NUP will, number one, don't underestimate him because he's still within the party. If Mpuuga, for me, if he was what he has left, he's going to create a new formation. That's it. He has left, he's going to create a new formation. That's it. I'm like, okay, it's okay. The same thing it is with Nandalama Fabi. The same thing as it is in the